welcome to my channel.
In today's session, I'm going to demonstrate about Angular setup in my local machine. I'll provide brief information about different supporting tools and techniques and possible issues you are going to face when installing. There are several tools and techniques we need to install in our PC before jumping into an Angular application development. There are Node.js and another one is Visual Studio Code ID for day-to-day work. These two supporting tools will help us to develop an Angular application. Now I'm going to explain about how Node.js is important for Angular setup. In our scenario, Node.js is not mandatory, but we need Node.js for all the built-in development tools, such as Angular CLI, which makes us easier to create an application and program it, has used Angular module for its different scope. So we need Node.js to install that Angular module. And another one is a web browser such as Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer just understand the JavaScript. So we have to transpile our transit script to JavaScript. For that, we use TypeScript transpiler, which require Node.js. And another one is Visual Studio tool. This is IDE, which makes it easier for our daily work. It provides a different facility for Angular application development. And now I'm going to set up an Angular in my local PC. First of all, let's install Node.js from its official site. Go to Node.js.org and click on download as I have shown in video. You can download as per your requirement. It depends on your operating system. Download it from official site which I have provided in description. And if you are Windows user, then just install it for Windows. And if you have Mac OS, just install it for Mac OS. I'm Windows user, so I already installed it before to my local PC. Here, Angular official site also suggests for basic Angular setup that I have already said about tools that need to install, and I will cover all of these things in this video. Secondly, you need to install Visual Studio Code provided by Microsoft for cross-platform application development with a different extension support. Download it from official site link, which I have provided in description. Same as before, I installed it for Windows operating system. It also provides some useful extension that will support and make easier to develop an Angular application. Extension helps to highlight the tag, functions, and conventional that need to follow while developing an application. Now let's begin our beautiful journey. I think you are very excited to create an application. Am I right? Okay. Just open your Visual Studio Code ID. Then I have created folder for Angular application because I have too many folders. So I'm going to create an Angular folder. When you get pop-up, just do S for trusted authors. Open new terminal from top menu bar of Visual Studio Code for Angular installation. Then I just checked NPM version whether Node.js installed in my local PC or not. Yes, good, it's installed. So now let's begin to install an Angular CLI modules in Node.js for Angular application development. I'm going to command Node.js to install Angular using npm/c angular \CLI. Oh, sorry, I missed the install or in command. Let me give some time. Okay, just write npm install/c angular/CLI in terminal, which helps to install Angular module in Node.js. It takes some time to complete. Keep patience for it. If you have not installed it in your PC, then ng command will not exist for Angular application support. Okay, now let's start to create an application. Type ng new and your application name, which is user defined name. I have created sample demo app for this tutorial. Hit enter, then just going into the process of application creation. Then it asks for add routing to your application. Then if you want to use routing, then just type Y. Else, you can type N for no. Here I have used Y because I want to use routing of components in future. Secondly, it asks for choose different type of style sheet. Which type you are going to use? I choose CSS, which is modern and popular style sheet for application development. Then same as before, just do Y and hit enter. Now process for application development are started. Please patience for a minute to install different dependency and require basic setup using command line interface. Yes, done. Finally, we have created an application. Now we'll be jumping into another world. Let's see the sample application. You got many files which automatically generated when creating an application. I will explain it in next video about purpose of different files and workflow of Angular. Now let's write the command to run an application here. ng one dash and open in command to build, run and open it in default browser using open command. It cannot open for now because this folder don't belongs to Angular application. So you have to open sample demo app folder for Angular operation. Operation. Oh, sorry, I did single dash open, so it hasn't worked. Just give double dash then open for opening it in browser. You can also use single dash O for open into browser. Both commands have same functionality. Then start compiling an application. It takes time, then automatically open it to the browser. As you see here in video, this is default design provided by Angular. Angular uses 4200 port as its default port. Then, if you want to stop an application in Visual Studio Code, just click Ctrl and C at the same time, then it stop application to compile. You see application cannot be loaded in browser. And this service just to compile an application, but automatically has not opened to browser. ANSI build helps to build an application for deployment, and it creates a distinct file when built. We have node modules which contain all the required packages into it. When we have package but couldn't find in node modules, you have to install it using npm install command. It automatically installs all available packages. Now let me show how Angular display design into our browser. Here we have app.component.html which contains HTML and CSS and it has loaded in our frontend. I'll explain it in Angular workflow topic. When you are going to run an application, you might face some issues uh, like ng command not found and have not authority to run a command. Firstly, just set up an environment path, source environment variable in Windows source path. Then click on it, then click on environment variable. Then go on path where you need to provide the path for npm which support Node.js command to build and run an application easily. After that, sometime you might face authority issue. Just type command set execution policy or unrestricted dash scope current user like I have shown in video, which will not restrict you from execution policy. Now I am going to explain about basic extensions into Visual Studio Code. Just go to Visual Studio Code, click on extension from left bar, then search Angular, then you will get different extension to install for Angular and install suggested extension from there. You will get amazing experience with Angular then. You can easily create component service and different modules using right click on the project. So that are the features provided by extension in Visual Studio Code. That's much for today. Thank you and bye bye for now. Please do subscribe, like, comment, and share my video for support in latest update.